Hello everyone, welcome back to another deck review. This time we're gonna do French Motorized, that is right. And before we do that, let's actually close the cancer-ridden chat there. So, French Motorized, it's actually quite a good deck, really well balanced. The only problem that we'd have against, well, the only problem you could have is having like really heavy tanks against you, but we're gonna talk about that. So, yeah, let's go right into it. Logistics, pretty much my basic loadout, like a fob, a command vehicle, command infantry, supply vehicle, supply heli. That's basically how I always try to make it. And I actually tried to put my infantry in helis, or my infantry command in helis, but since you go motorized, you don't get that, so I just put them in VAPs. So, infantry, really important in this motorized deck, and pretty much all decks. In this one, it's all about being able to do a really quick airborne attack, followed up by really quick ground attack as well. If you only do air assaults, like the chance of you actually succeeding with that is like 30%. Let's say the enemy brings in a lot of AA helis, and your initial heli assault is gone. You basically lost that side because you don't have any following up ground force. Anyway, so my initial assault would probably consist out of some of these Commander Marines, maybe 2 of them, in the Puma Pirates, and let's actually talk about the stats that you have, or that they have. They have the SG-543, and that is the equivalent of the 5.56mm assault rifle that the LSTRs have. This one slightly has a slower rate of fire but higher suppression rate and accuracy, and the LSTR, being 5.56, has a higher rate of fire but less suppression and less accuracy. So they're kind of the same. And the SoullessVase is a close quarter combat weapon, 7.5mm, really good range, really good accuracy as well, and a high rate of fire and high suppression. So really good assault rifle and LMG there. And the LRAC F1 is just brilliant to take out heavy tanks from the side, even really heavy tanks from the front, but you would need a few shots. It has 19 AP and 60% accuracy, so it is a really good RPG. I have the same guys in the VABs, and that is my follow-up ground assault. And yeah, I always try to put like elite infantry in helis and also the same unit in VABs. But yeah, after that elite infantry, I have the Legion 90. Pretty much, well, the use for this is, well, it's cheaper than the Commander Marine, and it has that Eric's. It has 25 AP on that Eric's, so it can really do a lot of damage to heavy tanks, even from the front, because no tank has 25 armor. Like the Challenger 2, that is the most armored tank in the game and in the world, I believe. It has 23 armor, so yeah. They have the Minimi, the close quarter combat weapon, and a FAMAS. And they have shock training. They're a 10-man squad, so 5 less than the Commander Marine. Good stealth. And yeah, pretty fast. They run pretty fast, 30 kilometers per hour. I wish I could run that fast. So my initial assault would be the Commander Marines, 2 of them maybe, and like 2 Legion 90. And yeah, they would have to hold the area that I'm assaulting with these guys, or they would have to hold the area that I'm aiming at long enough for my ground force to arrive. So 2 of these and 2 of these is your initial airborne assault, and following up would be perhaps 2 Commander Marines on the ground in these VABs, and or maybe even 1 and 2 or 3 of these normal legions in VAB T20s. That is always important to have a backup plan, and my backup plan is a ground assault. So plan A, do an airborne assault, and if that fails, you always have plan B, which is your upcoming ground assault. So this is, you probably noticed that I always build my decks like this. If you even put this guy on the right, there we go. Like elite infantry, shock infantry to support the elite infantry, and then regular infantry to support the shock infantry. And that's basically how I build these decks. And it is a really cool selection, if you ask me. It's really helpful to have them like this. It's easy to select them and know what kind of units are. So I really recommend doing it like this, and not just like Commander Marines and then Mistrals, so 80 gems, and then Legion, Chasseurs, whatever, like FAB T20 units, normal FABs. Just have it like organized like this, so you know exactly where to click when you're in a game. Anyway, So yeah, where was I? So we talked about the Commander Marine, we talked about the Legion 90, and the ground version of that Legion is actually the regular Legion. And why did I go for that? Well, there's almost absolutely no difference in terms of loadout except for the Law. This is a LRAC F1, like the Commander Marines, the same LRAC. And I think they kind of balance each other out in terms of damage that they can inflict. Obviously the 25 AP will do a lot of damage from the front, but like if there are like 3 enemy tanks, you might be able to take one down before the other 2 basically kill you with their cannon. But with the Legion you can probably kill one and then damage the other perhaps. So yeah, they kind of balance each other out, like the normal Legion and Legion 90. I would recommend using these 2 guys in one of the same towns. Target the really heavy stuff with the normal Legion or the Legion 90, and target like APCs or anything else with the normal Legion there. And besides that, the only difference is the Minimi and the AA52, but I guess those balance each other out as well. Like the Minimi has a high suppression, well 40 suppression and high rate of fire, and the AA12 has a really high suppression and low rate of fire and a higher accuracy. So they're pretty much the same in terms of damage they could inflict on infantry. But yeah. So that is it for the Legion, and my backup infantry, this would be plan C I guess, is the Chasseurs. And the difference between the Chasseurs and the Legion is, well, pretty much nothing actually. The FAMAS is exactly the same except for the rate of fire. I don't know if that actually makes sense. It's the same weapon. The accuracy and the stabilizer, those are good I guess, since their training is a bit lower, so they might not be as accurate as a Legion, but the rate of fire should be the same. I mean, I think that the Chasseurs reload at the same speed that the Legion do, so I don't think that that should be different. But yeah, everything else is pretty much the same. LRAC F1 and the NF1 except for the AA52, and that's pretty much the same as well, except no stabilizer. So that's it for my fighting infantry. Then we have some ATGMs, the Milan F3. Really good ATGMs, not much I need to say about that. 26 AP on that, 50% accuracy. And I went for the F3 because I don't trust the F2 or the F1. You know, I want to make sure that I hit with the first shot and actually kill the thing like as soon as possible, so I just went for the F3 instead. And you get 5 of them on Veteran compared to 7 on Veteran. So I guess I could go for Hardened, but if you have that high of a base accuracy, the bonus that you get is pretty awesome. Like on Veteran you get plus 24%, and that means 50 times 1.24. It's not added up, so it is not 74 total. It's about 62% total. I guess that's about it. And if I were to go for Hardened, I get 16%, and that would probably put it at 58 or something like that. So yeah, actually that's actually better to go for Hardened. The Veteran bonus is not that different. So 7 of those ATGM Milan F3s and 7 Mistrals. And that's pretty much it for the infantry section. It's kind of hard to explain how you play with these, but just try out like Commander Marine / Legion Assault in the start, and also at the same time have some Commander Marines and VAP and Legion and VAP T20s follow up. And if you secure the town, just fill up the town with Chasseurs 85. I guess that's how you need to play with this deck. Then in the support section, the VPM 120s. One of the newest units in this game. It's a really good mortar piece, 120mm, 5 HE, 11 rounds per minute. I just call it the Spetsnaz Destroyer. It's really good against infantry like that, because it has a high suppression and actually does a load of damage to heavier stuff like tanks as well. So definitely try it out. I have 4 on Hardened to make the dispersion even tighter, and you don't really need more than 4. I usually use like 2 mortars the entire game, except when I'm doing like a massive push. Then for long range artillery, I have the Caesar. This thing is really awesome. I guess the dispersion could be like 4,500 or something like that. You know, after all, it is a giant cannon on a truck, so I don't think the accuracy should be that high. Range is good. High explosive power, actually range is just best. High explosive power is 7, so really high. Rate of fire is 6, so 1 shot every, what is it, 10 seconds? No? 10, I don't know, 5 seconds or 7 seconds? 10 seconds, yeah, 10 seconds. 6 rounds per minute. I guess it's 10 seconds, I don't know. Yeah, it is 10 seconds. Jesus, yeah, math not the best. As for AA, I have 10 hardened Crotals, and with these guys you need to worry about supplies, because they fire like 3 missiles before the first one even hits. I don't know if they actually fixed that. I've not tried these guys out in a long time, so they might actually have fixed that, so it fires one and fires the second one after the first one actually hits. So, but you guys will have to let me know down below. But yeah, I have 10 of them on hardened, and that's pretty much it for support. In the tank section, if you are doing that initial rush with your ground forces, put in a few of these AMX-10 RCs. These are really, really cool looking vehicles, and they are really fast on road. They have a really good cannon, 16 AP on that cannon, so it's not to be played around with. You can definitely do some heavy damage to heavy tanks if you hit them in the side or in the back. But I mainly use this to basically cut off the enemy's initial infantry rush, because this thing will be completely like this thing will be a surprise to the enemy when they see like a few of these tanks moving about. Their tanks will probably not go 150 on road, so you will really catch them off guard with these. And as for MBTs, I have the AMX-30B2, 14 of them, not the best armor and accuracy or AP, so I mainly use this to fight infantry with. And for enemy tanks, I have 20 of these AMX-30B2 Brennises. They have more armor, 11 front armor, 16 AP. So you know, that's the best tank you can get, I guess. So the only way you can actually do some good damage is with the Brennis. Recon tab, quite balanced, I guess. We have a little bit of everything. We have the Alouette, it's in the helicopter recon. I didn't go for the Gazelle because it has good optics, but everything else on the Gazelle is better though, including the speed. The strength is the same. It's very small. It's very fast. It's just an amazing helicopter, and it has a 20mm. But I just like the Alouette because of its better optics, and I don't really use recon to actually attack anything. So, but yeah, that's it. That's my choice. You might go for the Gazelle. Then for recon infantry, I have the Commander Para. Really cool unit. 5-man squad, shock infantry, very good stealth. Has the SG-542, it's a battle rifle, and a light machine gun, and the LRAC F1. So a really good recon infantry, can take down like heavy tank commands as well. Then we have the VBL Mistral, one of the best recon units in my opinion. Has 6 Mistrals with 60% accuracy, 5 HE, so one shot. Most of the helis except for Heinz or anything like that. It has very good optics. It's small. It's very fast on and off road, and it's amphibious and has 1 armor all around, so it can sustain some light arms fire. But yeah, it's just a really good recon unit. You should definitely try it out. And the good thing about this is because of the speed, you can also roll in this guy with your initial ground assault with that infantry force that you have. So everything goes 150, including these and those AMX-10 RCs, so you can really catch the enemy off guard. And the Crotals, they go 150 as well. And I have the AMX-10 RC as a recon vehicle as well. It has slightly less armor and a slightly less accuracy and AP, but yeah, it's just a cool recon tank to have, I guess. Then we have the vehicle tab, just 1 unit, the Fab Mephisto ATGM, decent stats, 12 ATGMs on that, 22 AP, amphibious, really fast on and off road. And the good thing about the speed that it goes off road is if you're fighting like in an open area, like an open field, and if you're doing like tank v tank battles, you can just roll up this bad boy, shoot like an ATGM, and before that enemy tank is close enough to you, you can just back off really fast because you go 90 off road. So it's a really good ATGM unit to have. In the heli tab, if you do that initial air rush with your infantry, get a few of these Celtics in there, because these guys will just wreck any helicopters. They have 4 Mistrals with 60% accuracy, 60% stabilizer, 5 HE. It's very small, very fast. Yeah, it is a bit expensive, but it is just a really good AA unit. I think the best one is the Z9A that the Chinese have, because that one has like 8 infrared missiles. But for Blue 4, it's definitely the Celtic. Well, you could go for the Super Cobra, but that one only has 2 missiles. Then we have the Tiger Hap, and this is just an amazing helicopter, and you could use the Tiger Hap in combination with some Celtics with your initial airborne rush. But it's a bit expensive though, so make sure that you don't fly it up too much. But yeah, it also has 4 Mistrals, has 44 rockets and a 30mm cannon, has 8 strength, so it can survive 1 infrared missile. The second one will kill it though, so definitely watch out for those. Good stealth, good fuel, really quick, really fast, and yeah, it's just really good. It has medium optics, it's medium-sized heli, but it is really expensive though. And I have the same Tiger, but with less rockets and more ATGMs. This one has the Hot 2 ATGMs with 25 AP and 55% accuracy. It has 24 rockets instead of 44, but it does have the same cannon there, and has good stealth as well. And as for ATGMs, if I don't want to spend 110 points to kill a tank, I can always go for the Gazelle 342M Hot 2 to kill the enemy tanks. Has the same Hot 2 missiles at the Tiger, 55% accuracy and 25 AP. Then the plane section. I have a Rafale, which is one of the best planes in my opinion. My favorite is the MiG-25 PD because it has those 8 HE missiles. That's just insane. But yeah, the Rafale CF1 with that amazing accuracy on those missiles is just, it can take out like 2 or 3 enemy planes with that. And if you go for Elite, you get a 32% bonus, which would put it at like let's see, what we'll put it at, like 18, like give it 20, so 85% damage or 85% accuracy total, something like that. So that is really, really good on this to get it on Elite. Well, you cannot get it any lower anyway. You can only get them on Elite. But yeah, really good plane, 50% accuracy, exceptional air detection, really fast, tight turn radius. The gun is not that good, but that's where the Mirage 2000C RDI comes in, with a slightly better gun. And this is basically a backup for the Rafale. It still has really good missiles, but it has a better cannon in case the Rafale gets into a dogfight he cannot get out. So yeah, that's basically Plan B in terms of air superiority fighters. Then as for seed, I have 2 Jaguar A's, and I didn't go for 1 veteran because if that dies, I just lose all of my seed capabilities. So I just have 2. And with 55% accuracy, you don't really need more. I mean, it has 2 missiles, will probably kill, it will kill something when you move it up, so not really worth going for veteran. Then, as for bombers, the Mirage 5F with 8 400kg bombs, and the Mirage 111C with 6 340kg bombs. So, that's it for the French motorized deck. Hope you guys enjoyed. Code is down in the description. In the next video, I will be doing Eurocorps Airborne, that is also similar to the French motorized deck that I have here, but with slightly more infantry and more aircraft, of course. But yeah, if you enjoyed it, do all the good stuff down below, like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys back in the next one.